Greetings, seekers of knowledge and wisdom. Welcome to Lana TV, the channel where we explore the depths of our being. Here we delve into the profound, the uncanny, the soul-stirring topics that aid in personal growth and self-discovery. We journey through the labyrinth of the mind, seeking to understand, to learn, and to grow. In this space we are explorers, seekers, learners. Today we journey into the realms of the ego and the true self. Buckle up and prepare for a deep dive into self-understanding. Scene script. First, let's unravel the complexities of the ego, our constructed self. What is the ego? It's the identity we craft for ourselves, the persona we project onto the world. It's not necessarily who we are at our core, but rather who we believe we should be. It's our conscious mind, the part of our identity that we consider our self. The ego is shaped by a myriad of factors. Societal expectations, personal experiences, and our perceptions of who we should be all play a crucial role. We are taught from a young age to behave in certain ways, to fulfill certain roles, to strive for certain goals. This shapes our ego, our constructed self, molding us into who we think we should become. Societal expectations can be a powerful force. They can lead us to create an ego that conforms to the norms and values of our society. We may feel pressure to succeed professionally, to maintain a certain appearance, or to uphold certain beliefs. This can lead us to create a version of ourselves that fits these expectations, even if it doesn't align with our true self. Personal experiences also shape our ego. The events we go through, the people we meet, the successes and failures we encounter, all shape our perception of who we are. These experiences can lead us to create an ego that reflects our past, even if it doesn't accurately represent who we are in the present. Our perceptions of who we should be also play a role in shaping our ego. We all have an ideal self, a version of ourselves that we aspire to be. This ideal self can be a source of motivation, driving us to improve and grow. However, it can also lead us to create an ego that is more a reflection of our aspirations than our reality. So, in essence, the ego is the mask we wear, our facade for the world. It's the persona we project, the identity we create for ourselves. But remember, it's not necessarily who we truly are at our core. As we delve deeper into this topic, we'll explore how to recognize and reconcile with our true self, beyond the ego. So in essence, the ego is the mask we wear, our facade for the world. Now let's delve into the concept of the true self, our authentic essence. This is the core of who we are, our most authentic, raw, and unfiltered self. It's the version of us that exists beneath the layers of conditioning, expectations, and societal norms. It's the self that is untouched by the need to impress, to conform, or to be anything other than what it truly is. Imagine a diamond, uncut and unpolished, hidden beneath layers of rock. It might not be immediately apparent, but it's there, waiting to be discovered. That's the true self. It's the diamond within us, waiting to be unearthed, to shine brightly, unapologetically, in its most authentic form. But how often do we allow our true selves to shine? In a world where we're constantly bombarded with messages about who we should be, how we should act, what we should look like, it's easy to lose sight of our authentic essence. We begin to mold ourselves to fit into these expectations, forgetting the diamond within. The true self is not influenced by societal pressures or personal bias. It doesn't care about popularity or approval. It's not interested in fitting into a mold or living up to an ideal. It simply is. It's the you that dances when there's no music, that laughs at the silliest things, that finds joy in the simplest of moments. The true self is not always easy to find. It can be hidden beneath layers of fear, doubt, and insecurity. But it's always there, waiting to be discovered, waiting to be embraced. It's the you that exists when all pretense falls away, the you that is unashamedly, unapologetically, authentically you. Embracing our true self can be a wonderfully liberating experience. It allows us to live authentically, to express ourselves freely, to love and accept ourselves just as we are. It can be a journey, but it's a journey worth embarking on. The true self, then, is the purest version of us, the person we are when all pretenses fall away. Often we find ourselves in a battle between our ego and our true self. Imagine a tug of war, with the ego on one side and the true self on the other. This is a constant struggle that takes place within us, often without our conscious realization. The ego, brash and loud, often overpowers the true self, which is quiet, peaceful, and authentic. This power imbalance can lead to a disconnect from our authentic selves, a state of being that can lead to feelings of dissatisfaction, confusion, and even despair. The ego, you see, is like a relentless salesperson, always trying to sell us a version of ourselves that is based on external validation and societal norms. It convinces us that our worth is tied to our achievements, our possessions, our status. It tells us that we must always strive for more, that we must constantly prove ourselves to be good enough. The ego thrives on competition and comparison, always pushing us to outdo others and ourselves. The true self, on the other hand, is our core essence. It is who we are when we strip away all the masks and facades, all the roles and titles. It is our inherent worth that is not dependent on external factors. The true self is accepting and compassionate. It allows us to be who we are, without judgment or criticism. It encourages us to live in alignment with our values and desires, rather than trying to fit into a mold that society has created for us. The battle between the ego and the true self is not about annihilating the ego. The ego, after all, is a part of us. It is about recognizing when the ego is in the driver's seat and learning to gently shift the control back to our true self. It is about cultivating awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and actions and asking ourselves, is this my ego speaking, or is this my true self? When we allow our ego to dictate our lives, we become disconnected from our true self. We become actors playing a part, rather than living our own authentic lives. We may achieve temporary success and happiness, but it is often fleeting and hollow. Understanding this battle is the first step towards achieving a harmony between our ego and our true self. It is about finding a balance, a middle ground where both can coexist. It is about allowing our true self to guide us, while acknowledging the presence of the ego without letting it dominate our lives. It is a journey of self-discovery and self-awareness, a journey that leads to a more authentic, fulfilling existence. Understanding this battle is the first step towards achieving a harmony between our ego and our true self. Finding balance between our ego and our true self is the key to authentic living. In the grand theater of life, our ego and true self are two lead actors, each playing their part. One is not superior to the other, they both have their roles to play. The challenge, however, lies in ensuring a harmonious performance. Creating this harmony requires strategy, and one of the most essential strategies is mindfulness. Mindfulness is about being present in the moment, fully engaged in the now. It's about observing our thoughts, feelings, and actions without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we create space for our true self to emerge. We become less reactive to the ego's demands and more responsive to our inner truth. Another important strategy is self-awareness. This involves understanding our strengths, weaknesses, passions, and fears. It's about recognizing the patterns that our ego uses to maintain control and consciously choosing to act in alignment with our true self. Self-awareness helps us to recognize when our ego is taking the lead and gives us the power to gently guide it back to a supporting role. Lastly, we must value authenticity. Authenticity is about being genuine, real, and true to ourselves. It's about letting go of the need for approval and validation from others. When we are authentic, we give our true self the freedom to express itself. We allow our light to shine brightly, illuminating the path for others to follow. These strategies are not about suppressing or eliminating the ego. They are about creating a balance, a harmonious dance between our ego and true self. The ego is a part of us, but it is not all of us. It's the framework, the structure, but our true self is the essence that gives it meaning. So, let's embrace this dance. Let's cultivate mindfulness, build self-awareness, and value authenticity. Let's strive to live from a place of balance where our ego and true self coexist in harmony. Remember, it's not about eliminating the ego, but about allowing our true self to shine through. And with that, we conclude our journey into understanding the ego and the true self. We've unraveled the complex fabric of our constructed selves, delved into the depths of our authentic essence, and navigated the tumultuous battle between the ego and the true self. We've also explored the harmonious coexistence of these two facets of our identity. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Lana TV, and join us for more enlightening discussions. Until next time, keep exploring your inner universe.